Okay, here we are for rounds. Had to make our opponent wait for a minute or two, unfortunately. But we're ready to go now. Ooh, this is an interesting hand. I'll keep it. We only need one land, and we do have Sanguinary Mage to play. Rush of Adrenaline. Seems good. Seems good. You hear my cat crying in the background, hoping for some more attention. So now I get Pyrehound. Thing is that our opponent's going to use the Sinister Concoction to kill Pyrehound. They're probably also going to use Sinister Concoction to kill Scholar before I can use Fiery Temper or just the Wind. I could just Fiery Temper the Scholar now. I'm just going to attack. I'm going to attack. We'll see what happens. If my opponent double blocks, then I can Fiery Temper the Scholar. Just with that. I will be able to kill the zombie and the Scholar. Alright, I feel like that's just worth it. Deal. It's good enough. This is starting to look really good for a Magmatic Chasm. We can just win something eventually, but I'll wait for now. Not using the Concoction. Surprised by that. I could just win back our Blood Mad or the Scholar. I almost want to just win back the Scholar or the Blood Mad instead of the Scholar, just because of the Magmatic Chasm in hand. Weird as this is, save the Blood Mad Vampire or save the Scholar. I'm gonna save the Blood Mad Vampire. And that is strange. I will fully admit that this might just be wrong. But I actually think that we'd rather have that down just because of the Magmatic Chasm. Purely for that reason. But let's just attack in with the Niblis. So I guess this is actually fine, because our opponent will keep attacking with the Nephalia Moondrakes. And I'm hoping that they'll actually just get some, like, ground creatures or land and not get, like, really relevant spells like that Gone Missing. We'll see. Hit me with Moondrakes. Manic Scribe. Seems strange, but it isn't relevant, so it's good for me. I don't think we're going to get milled out here. So I can just go for the win. I think that's what we do. So Magmatic Chasm, attack, opponent doesn't block. I think that we Magmatic Chasm first. Is there anything in blue that would tap things down pre-combat in this set? No. Expose Evil is the only one that I can think of, and that's in white. I'm just wondering about whether or not our opponent has a counterspell here. I'll play the Magmatic Chasm, and we'll see what our opponent does. I think that they're F6'd. That alone is 10-12 damage. Well, we're all in. See if our opponent has something. Even if the opponent counters this, we still win because we get to put the counter. We get prowess triggers and everything still. Our opponent has to have a bounce spell or a kill spell. So they need throttle or something like that. Alright, sweet, we got there. Whew. This is a little bit awkward. No creatures. We're on the draw. We do have Jace's Scrutiny, so we can draw cards. Oof. Is that good enough? I don't... I mean, it obviously isn't if we can't draw a creature. So if we go and look at our collection, this is the nice part about Magic Online, is you can actually look over the list that you made. I have all the cards, so it'll be up here somewhere. Right here. So we have 11 creatures to draw. 12 with Dance Devils, but that I don't think I really want to count that. I think that that's fine. Let's double check on the odds. I'm going to do the calculation. It's called a, if you don't know, you want to do a hypergeometric probability calculation. You can find it online at like StatTrack. If you go into most Twitch chats and they have MTGBot, then you can type in a command that'll do it for you automatically. Right now, in 3 turns, the odds of me drawing one of my 11 creatures is 71.7%. So is that good enough is the question. So roughly 30% of the time, a little bit less, I'm just going to straight lose the game. Or it's fairly likely that I do. I guess, I mean, if I draw like Pyrehound, then I'm still fine. I'm feeling risky. I'm going to keep it. I like 70%. I think we're good. We'll draw something. So, end of our opponent's turn, rattle chains, and start smacking. Oh, even better. We get to hold up Fiery Temper or Rush of Adrenaline or whatever else, and then we get to play Niblis at Dusk with Flash, right? Yeah, Spirit Spells is the with Flash. Perfect. Bad. Attack with the team. No blocks. They're just like F6, I think. I'm gonna try and stack up some spells here. So let's go Just the Wind. Do I want to Fiery Temper our opponent? Yeah, they're just F6'd. We have 3, 5, 7. That's 10, plus another 2. If we had one more mountain here, I think that we actually would have just won the game. I could have Jace's Scrutinied that and then played Just the Wind and then Fiery Tempered, and that could have won us the game. You know, I'm going to Rush of Adrenaline. Yeah, I'm going to Rush of Adrenaline. It's close to as much damage as Fiery Temper, and this way they're just dead to Fiery Temper next turn. Plus I'm going to use it to kill a blocker if I really need to somehow. I don't think that it'll matter. Pretty sure our opponent's just very dead here. I'm sitting here thinking about this, and it's like the easiest decision ever. We just win. Like, we're good. Alright, sweet. Well, that was a very nice, very quick round. Minute we got lands, we won the round. Alright, well, that was very nice. On to round 2. Round 2 kicking off here. We've got another creatureless hand, but we are on the draw again, and we have a lot of cards that draw us other cards, so we're going to keep this. This seems perfectly acceptable. We're going to have a few hands with no creatures in them, I think, just based on the simple fact that we only have 11 creatures in our deck. 12 with Dance Devils, which isn't, I mean, super insane, but it's fairly low. Ooh, Mangler? Mangler does a similar thing to Sleep Paralysis, but the one reason why I don't want to play and like it adds a body to the board, which is really nice. The only thing that makes me not want to play Mangler here is that if I wait a turn, I could get a land, and then I can Tormenting Voice and Mangler in the same turn. That just seems way better to me. We can maximize our mana a lot more efficiently. So we'll just Sleep Paralysis this and smash our opponent for 4. Alright, well, we have Voice and Mangler, exactly what we wanted. I could be super greedy and discard the mountain with Tormenting Voice, but then if I don't draw land, I'm really messed up, and I think that's a bad idea. So, we'll Tormenting Voice, discard the Scholar. Trigger both those. 2 lands. Alright. So now we can Mangler away the Hunter for a turn. Opponent does get to smack back with Ember Eye Wolf. And the Hinterland Logger. But I don't know, we're kind of close to just killing them with the catalog and everything else. Blood Mad Vampire. Let's catalog first. I can discard the Blood Mad and get some value that way, but obviously we're going to see what cards we have beforehand. Ooh, more lands. Oh, that's really unfortunate. So, I mean, I guess we can discard the Blood Mad. Kind of scared now, though. Alright, we'll play it. I can attack with Pyrehound, but then I lose it to Ember Eye Wolf or Timber Shredder. Maybe I should have just not played Blood Mad and played Rattle Chains instead, because a flyer can actually keep getting in. Fiery Temper on me. Whoa, wait, what? What is happening? Opponent has to have, like, Magmatic Chasm then. That's the only thing that makes sense. On me seems insane. They have to have Magmatic Chasm. Yeah. Well, that'll be the game. Pump it twice. Make it 5. Yep. 10 damage. Wow. That is a thing. Their deck might be more aggressive than ours. I am in fact dead. Oh, they're going to show us more things. Excellent. Well, I'm glad that they're... Why would they show us these cards? That's so... Okay. Don't do this. Don't do what our opponent's doing. You might think that it's like, yeah, look at how much I beat you, but all you're doing is giving me free information. Now I know not to, like, let a creature through unblocked when that's their only out, because I know they have Uncaged Fury. It's a really bad way to play things. It's not smart. Not smart at all. It's also, like, pretty rude, but just ignoring that part at all. Like, if you're the type of person that you want to be rude and you want to just, like, jam it in your opponent's face and be like, yeah, take this, man. You suck. Look at how good my deck is. It might just lose you the game the next game. So don't show your opponent extra information. Not when you don't need to. There's no reason for it. I will keep this. We have a Rattle Chains. Seems acceptable. We're getting a lot of mountains every game. It's really weird. I'm not actually complaining. It seems strange because we are 10-7 split, right? I need to actually check that. Like I'm starting to question if we're split 10-7 or maybe if I made the mistake and I did it the other way around. I'd hope not because that would be really bad. But maybe we did. Ooh, Breakneck Rider. That's unfortunate. I need a way to kill that right away. And Sleep Paralysis doesn't do it. Well, that does. Fiery Temper that. Get out of my game. We get to reduce that to Ash and get in for another 5. Feeling pretty good about this. Ember Eye Wolf is just not getting there. It's not enough damage to raise 5 a turn. And the opponent's getting further and further behind. What do we have here? Gatstaff Arsonists. A good card, but a little bit late. Rush of Adrenaline is lethal right now. Right? No, it's 1 short. Yeah, Rush of Adrenaline's 1 short. Rush of Adrenaline is 7. So we play Reckless Scholar. Attack for 4, and then next turn, if either of these live and we live, then we have enough in the air. Like, even if our opponent gets a kill spell for one of these, then the other one's still lethal with Rush of Adrenaline. I'll definitely chump block the... Well, the Arsonist or the Ember Eye? I guess probably the Arsonist. Ember Eye Wolf can be a lot of damage, but if our opponent's stacking a ton of damage onto that, then they're not killing us. Pumping it once and doing like an Uncaged Fury isn't enough. Good thing we know about that card, because otherwise we like might not block Gatstaff Arsonists. I mean, I probably would anyways, but it's good to know that we should play around it. And I feel like this is the game. I think that they actually have the Uncaged Fury in hand, and they're just thinking that... Like, they're hoping that I don't block, is what it is. This is just a hope and pray maneuver. Pretty sure. Thought I saw a message, but I didn't. And... game? Dual Shot would be really good against us normally, but Rush of Adrenaline really prevents that. Play Convicted Killer. We'll just attack. I don't need to show anything extra if our opponent's not going to do anything. Yep. So I have no need to show my opponent a Rush of Adrenaline or Just the Wind. We want those to be surprises. I want Rush of Adrenaline to win us a game out of nowhere where our opponent just doesn't expect it. I don't want to show our opponent and have them know about it. Alright, not terrible. Get to keep this. This is an amazing start from our opponent, though. Big problem for us. So we take 2 here and then 5 next turn, unless I play Rattlechain's main phase. So yeah, we'll definitely play Rattlechain's main phase. Saves us a damage. It's not a lot, but it's better than nothing. Hopefully we can get a creature here for 3, something that can block, maybe like Convicted Killer that we sided in. Just trade it for a Forge Master. And we can race with Rattlechains a little bit until we get Pyrohound down and start stacking counters onto it. Fiery Temper? No, Ember Eye Wolf. So we do take 5. Just from an unexpected source. I'm not going to trade with Ember Eye Wolf. Not yet. Yeah, that's not what I want. If we can get, like, maybe Fiery Temper and then hold back Rush of Adrenaline, but I need Rush of Adrenaline that turn to flip these back. I don't know. We're going to have to get something really good. Something really good. Pump the Ember Eye Wolf. Only once, though. Which is, again, probably really bad news. Nope, just wanted to do it once. Alright. Oh, another land. That is not going to be good enough. Well, that'll be the game. I did really enjoy playing these. These were really, really good. This deck was really aggressive. I liked the way that it worked. Didn't quite fire on all cylinders against this opponent. They're just really fast. This is kind of a perfect draw. I don't know that there's a deck that could really handle this that well unless you have a opposite very, very good draw. So I think that's just going to be it. I appreciate everybody watching, and I will see you for the next full Force draft. You guys got your full fill of this one because I gave you 3 drafts. That's probably not going to happen all that often, but I wanted to try one more. This deck was a lot of fun. It was very different from the others because of how aggressive it was, and I kind of liked that. I'm probably going to try it out a lot more in actual drafts from now on. And I'm going to put up on Twitter at IlyonMTG, so ILYONMTG, a poll that has all of the different things that we can do for our next one, where like we're going to have like green-black delirium and green-white humans, things like that, and you guys can vote on what you want to see next on the Full Force series. So go there, give me a follow, check out the poll. Vote for what you want to see next time, and I'll have that up for next Thursday. But for now, I will sign off, and I hope to see you guys around my Twitch stream at Ilyon TV, or on the YouTube, or here for the next episode of Full Force. See you later. What we're going to try and do is we're going to try and force certain strategies. So I want to highlight a couple of strategies, and we're going to go really hard into them and see if we can force that strategy and just how good that strategy is. So we've got a lot of different ones in Shadows over Innistrad that you may have heard of. Like blue-red spells matter, you've got like red-green werewolves, you have the black-white sacrifice deck and green-black delirium, you have a few things like that. Today I want to try and do my favorite of them, which is blue-green clues.